The purpose of this session is to actually tell you whatever I know about Power Query in Excel. So if possible, please keep your cameras on so that I can see you, right? And I can understand whether you are getting the points or not, right? So I hope my screen is visible, right? Can anybody confirm quickly? Okay. I am audible, my video is clear, and my screen is also visible, I hope. Please keep your cameras on if possible. So today, first of all, those who don't know me, I am Rahul Lekwani. I am a chartered accountant by profession, and I am a co-founder of Data Geeksters. So we are into helping people who want to switch their career from non-IT to IT roles. Now, you are actually a part of the weekly sessions that we do. These are completely free weekly sessions that we do every Sunday at 10, right? So let us just quickly go to the agenda of today's call. So today we are going to see what is Power Query. Okay. First of all, can anybody tell me, do you have any idea about Power Query as far as Excel is concerned? Have you used Power Query before? Any experience, anything that you want to share? Yes, no? If anybody can share something. Okay. So most of you are saying that you are not familiar with what is Power Query. And trust me, it is a best way of doing data transformation. How you can actually manage your data in Excel. Usually what we do is that we do the basic kind of data transformation which Excel allows us to do, right? But here we are going to see there is one more aspect to that Power Query or that Excel, which is called Power Query. Okay, in Power Query, there are a lot of different things that you can do just by clicking on the data. So we are going to see exactly the exact format of how these things happen. Let me just see if the recording is on or not. Okay, so recording is on. Okay, super. So first of all, we will see what is Power Query, how we can actually navigate from Excel sheet to Power Query. Then importing data. There are multiple sources through which we can import data in Excel. Okay, that also we are going to see. This is one of the major, what we can say, highlight of today's session, because you might also get to know how can we actually import data from a PDF document also in Excel. Okay, that is the main feature of this today's session. Then we are going to see the basic transformations that we do with the help of Excel formulas. Now, with just a click of a button, we can actually do all these changes in our data based on our requirement. Then some of the advanced data transformations that are available. The most important is unpivot columns and merge columns. Okay. So many of you might have used VLOOKUP in Excel. Now, in VLOOKUP, what we need to do, we need to write a formula. But is there any way through which I can get the data without even writing a single formula? The answer is merge columns. Okay. So merge columns and unpivot columns are, or merge queries and unpivot columns are very, very important options that are available in Power Query. Then, using conditional columns, merging and appending data, and finally, how to load that data. These are some of the major points that we are going to see in today's session. I hope the agenda is clear to you. If yes, type yes in the chat box so that we can quickly go on to our Excel document. Is the agenda clear? Yes, super. Okay, great. So this is a basic Excel document that everybody might be using. Okay, let me just quickly save it. So I'll just save it with the name of Power Query and save. Now, you might be using all these formulas. Okay, whatever are formulas that are available in Excel, you might be using till date, but you have to come to data. Okay, this is where we are going to play today. This is a part which we are going to see this data tab has a lot of different features which are available, which we can use in our day-to-day life. Okay. First of all is there's an option of get data. Till now, what we used to do, we used to actually create, we used to have our data and we used to write formulas. Okay, whatever formulas that we would like to have, we used to write those formulas. Now there's one more option called get data. I can also get data from different sources. What do I mean by that? So right now, whatever data is available in Excel, you can use that for formulas. What if some data is available in a CSV file, comma separated file? What if the data is available in a text file? What if the data is available in a PDF document? Okay. And what if the data is available on the website? Right. So these are various different kind of things that we can use with the help of Excel. Okay. We will see one by one. First of all, let me just show you the data that I'm going to upload. For example, this is a CSV file. So how to differentiate an Excel file and a CSV file? So if you see here, it is written Microsoft Excel worksheet. So this is an Excel file. Here it is written comma separated value. Okay. So there is a difference between the two formats. Though the icon looks the same, but CSV is a different format through which I can get the data in Excel. Okay. So I'll just go into get data from file. So see various options that are available to me. One is from Excel workbook. So I can get the data from a single Excel sheet that is already there. Okay. Right now, what we do, we have a document in Excel. We copy that data, paste it into the sheet that we want, and we start using the data. Okay. One more option is to actually get data from a different document. Right now, this document is blank. If you can see this sheet one is completely blank. Now, if I want, without using a copy paste, if I want some data from a different sheet, I can actually get it from Excel workbook. So it is actually going to go into the folder in which I want to open the file. So my folder is data. And here, see, if you can see here, all the Excel files will only be visible. There would not be any CSV file or any other file that would be available. Right now, I'm selecting a Excel file. So let me just select this file, import. So see, right now I am creating a connection. This is what we call creating a connection in Excel. Okay. So see, this is a navigator bar. Now, see, there are two different ways of doing a particular thing. One is if you want data from some different Excel sheet, you copy paste that manual data into this data. Or second option is to create the connection. So in Power Query, what do? We try to create the connection between the files. So right now, my file name is Power Query, and I have this Global Superstore 2021 file, and I have this is a sheet name. So right now, the current Power Query document, the sheet name is Sheet 1. And in this Global Superstore Excel sheet, the sheet name is 2021. If I click on this 2021, so see, this is the data that I can use, right? This is the data that I can use for my upload in a Excel sheet. Now, here, if you see, there are two options. One is load and one is transform. Okay. If I directly select load, so all the data that was there in that Excel sheet will get fetched here. Can you see this? And this will be fetched in the form of a table. So this is a table format, right? So here also, if you see, my 2021 sheet has been created separately to accumulate this entire sheet, right? This is how you get the data from another Excel sheet without copy pasting it. Okay, you can just create a link, right? Clear? Now let us see the second option. This was Excel workbook. Now, if I want to get the data from a different document, for example, CSV. So the process is exactly the same. You don't have to do anything else. Just go into get data from file and you have text and CSV. First, we'll see the CSV and then we'll see the text. let me just click on text oblique CSV. Can you see this? Only two format files are available, which I can select in this option. One is CSV and one is text file. So let me just go into CSV and import. It is exactly the same process. So see, in this CSV file, I have this data, head and account. Okay. Head name and account name. So all I need to do, I need to just load it. So see my data from a different format file. Okay. This was from Excel format. So in this case, the format was not an issue. The format was the same. But in the next file, it is a CSV file. This is a separate format. Okay. Now, if you want to have data from a text file, so you might have seen these files. Okay. Most of the softwares today actually download this kind of data in the form of a notepad file. Right. Now, in this file, you cannot put any formula. In notepad file, you cannot have any formulas. Okay. In this case, what you need to do, you need to actually convert this file into an Excel file. Okay. Now, usually what we do a manual copy paste. Okay. In manual copy paste, what happens is that not always the data is aligned. Okay. In that case, what you need to do, you need to actually come here and from data option from file. This time I'm again going to go into text and CSV, but I'm going to select the text file and import. So see, this is the exact data. And see, the best part is everything is formatted. You don't have to do anything. Okay, you don't have to manage the copy paste alignment and everything. Everything will be based on the data that we have. Here we have an option of how many line items do you want. So always prefer based on the entire data set. So I'm going to take the entire data set into this file and let me just load it. So in this way, I can load the data from text file. So till now, what we have seen loading the data from Excel file, CSV file, and text file. Okay. I hope whatever options that we have seen is clear. Yes, no. Is it clear? And the screen is visible. Everything is going fine. Great. Now comes the best part. If I have a PDF document, okay, let me just see if I have any PDF document available to me. Just a second. Okay, this is the PDF file. Okay, let me just copy and paste it in my data folder. So this is a PDF file. Now you might be wondering, in PDF file, you all have text. What do you want to copy from a PDF file? Yes, we can copy data from a PDF file also. Let me just show you how the PDF is. So see, this is a PDF in which a lot of text material is there. But if you see, there are some tables also. Can you see this table at the middle? Can you see this table at the middle? So many a times we have a PDF document, okay, in which there is some tabular format data. And we want only that data. We don't want this text. We don't want these paragraphs. What we want is, we want this table, actually. This table I want. Okay. So instead of going for a manual copy paste, okay, which is going to take a lot of time for you. So see, here also there is a table. So always remember, Excel will be able to upload whatever data is there in the tabular form. So if the data is in tabular form, Excel will be able to update it into its system. So this is a pure PDF file. Okay. Let me just close it. Now this PDF file is there in the folder. Now I'll go into my Power Query sheet. Okay. Now, same process, data, get data. This time I'll go from PDF. Okay. I'll go from PDF. So it will ask me to select the PDF file. I'll just select the PDF file. Now see, the best part about Excel is it can actually fetch data from a PDF also. Now see, there are various kind of table I can see which has some data. Okay. Now I will just click on this table and it will show me what tables. So see, can you see this table? This was the exact table that we had in the PDF document. Okay. Instead of going for a copy paste, we can simply go here and see this is the table that I wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just click on this table and load it. So in the best manner, without having any formatting issue, okay, I can get the data from PDF document as well, right? So this is the data that we have taken. It is from a PDF doc. Clear? So till now we have seen how to get the data from Excel, CSV, PDF document, and text file. Okay, this makes our life simpler. Okay, you don't have to do a lot of formatting. And now when the data is in Excel, if you know Excel, you can just slice and dice. If you want to delete some rows, you can delete those rows. Okay, you can do all the editing part. You can create various kind of visuals. Okay, with the help of this data. Clear? So for example, if I want to create a chart which will tell me driver and speed, which driver is running the vehicle at what speed. Okay, I can just go into insert and here I have recommended charts. Okay, so recommended charts will help you to create charts in a single click. So see, my chart is also created, right? So this makes our life quite easier and simpler. Okay, so you can present your data like this in Excel. I hope this is clear. Yes, no? Till now, whatever I have told, everybody have been able to follow it. Okay, great, super, super. Now this was all about the files that we had in our system. What if my data is in a website? What if my data is in website? How can I get that data? Okay, how can I get that data? So let me just show you that also. This is very interesting. So if I go into a website called Screener, so Screener is a website in which you can actually check, you know, check anything about a stock. Okay. So about the stock, you want to know the fundamentals, you want to know the numbers, sales, profit, everything you can see with the help of this website called Screener. Here, for example, I'll just try to click on Tata Motors. So I have all the numbers related to Tata Motors in this document, right? If you can see, it has a lot of tables that are created. So this is one of the table. Then this is one of the table and so on. So, copy pasting this data in Excel one by one takes a lot of time and formatting becomes a big issue. Can I have an option through which I can actually, through that, what I can do is that I can actually get this data in Excel directly without doing anything? So the answer is yes. So there is an option in Excel called get data from web. So here, if you go into from file, if you see there is a web option. Let me just check, where is it? Okay, it is outside only. Can you see this? From web. So you can actually connect the data from a website with the help of this option. How? First of all, you need to just select the URL of this page. Whatever page, it can be any page. Okay, it can be any page that you want. Right now, on this screener page, on Tata Motors numbers I want to analyze the Tata Motors sales and other numbers. I'll just copy this link and go into from web. And here, all I need to do is I need to paste that link. That is URL. I'll just paste this exact link and press OK. It will automatically create the connection with that page. Okay, let me just click on OK. So it is creating a connection with the page. Now, the way we saw in PDF, here also it will show me that various tables that are available. Can you see this? How many tables that are available here? Around 16 tables are available. Now, whatever table I want, I can click on that and I can see. Okay. So see, this is one of the table that I want, which has sales of the sales, expense, operating profit, everything is there related to Tata Motors. Okay. So I have various different tables here, and whatever table I want, okay, I can just within a click, with just a click. So for example, I want to have this table. All I need to do, I need to just select the table and press on load. So the table will be loaded. Can you see this? So this is a perfect way of actually getting your data from website. Okay, this is very, very powerful option. The data exactly comes in the same format. If you can see, the format is exactly the same the way it shows in my website. So here, if I go in the website, can you see this? This is the same format that we can see here also, right? This is a best way of actually getting your data from web. Okay. So these options are very, very powerful. So somebody's asking, can we select all tables? Okay. So for example, if I want to go into get data from web, let me just paste the URL. Okay. So can you see this option, select multiple? At the top, there is an option of select multiple. So if you click on select multiple, you can select various tables that you want. For example, I want to have this table. I want to have this table. And I want to have this table. Okay, three tables I want to have. And I'll press on load. So all the three tables will be available. But the only thing is that if you do multiple, it takes some processing time. Okay, so you have to wait till the time it creates table in Excel. But it is possible, right? So selecting various table is possible, but the only criteria is it will take some time. Just a second. So it takes some time to actually upload. So it is suggested that you try to do it one by one because it is a web link. So web link might have some processing time involved, right? But you can do the multiple selection based on the data. I hope whatever the options that I showed you related to getting the data from various sources is clear, right? If it is clear, type clear in the chat box so that we can go ahead. We have other options to see also. Super. Let me just take some data set. Okay, let me just take this data, or let me just go into get data Excel workbook. I want to show you one thing. For example, I am just going to get the data from this Excel sheet, Global Superstore 2022. Let me just import the data. Okay. So now till now what we have done, we have just selected this and we have gone into load. But there's one more option called transform data. Sometimes when you are getting the data, you might want to do some changes in the data also. Okay. You might want to add something, you might want to remove something. Okay. So that is called transformation in Power Query, right? So instead of going for load, I'll go for transform data. So there will be a new window that will get open, which will give me various options to transform my data. Can you see this? This is called Power Query Editor. So this is different from what you do in your basic Excel. So basic Excel format is the one that we were working on. where we put formulas and everything. Here we have various different options that are available that we can use to edit our data, to do some edit in a data, right? First of all, if you can see, the column headers are column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Actually, the header should be this one: row ID, order date, ship date. These are my headers. Okay. So instead of having these headers, I am having this column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4 as a header. Now, if I want to change it, there's a direct option that is available that is called use first row as header. If you can see here, use first row as header. That means this first row will be used as a header for the entire database. So I'm just going to click on this. So if you see now, row ID, order date, everything is aligned. Okay, this is how we can actually, see our headers, or we can install our headers in an Excel sheet. Right? Now here we have various different options. For example, keep rows. I can keep only top 100, top 50 rows. How? Let me just go into keep top rows. And then for example, we are just going to write 10. So only 10 row data will be available. Rest of the data will be removed. Okay. That is what we call keep rows. And if I do some editing, if I try to do some editing in Power Query, if I try to do some editing in Power Query, in Excel, what we do is that if you do some editing, you have an option of Control Z, that is undo. Okay. But in Power Query, there is no option of undo. So once you do these changes, all the changes will be recorded under applied steps. So here, for example, the first thing that I did was to promote the headers, or to actually align the headers. Second was I selected only 10 line items, top 10. I kept only top 10 line items. Now, for example, I want to go into the basic data. I just want to undo the change that I've done. So what I can do, I can just simply click on this cross sign and my entire data will again be available. So instead of having a Control Z, okay, I have this applied step which I can remove or add whenever I want. Then comes remove rows. I can remove also rows. Okay. If I want to remove maybe, some middle rows, some upper rows, some alternate rows, I can remove it. I can remove duplicate also. So if I want to remove certain duplicates, for example, let me just see. If you see this column ship mode columns has a lot of duplicates. So each single value is getting repeated again and again. Just click on this column in which I want to change, and I will go into remove duplicates option. So see, only the unique values will remain and the rest of the values will be removed. So this option is available in Excel also, but here it is very easy to use because with a single click, you can actually add and remove your rows and columns also. So if I want to remove some columns, right? So I have an option of remove columns also. So for example, I don't want to have this row ID column. So I just click on this row ID and go into remove column. So my row ID column will be removed. So the difference between Excel and Power Query is used mainly based on the clickable options that are available. But in Excel, you have to write a lot of formulas, or you have to do a lot of different functioning to do certain changes. Now comes the most important part, that is merge query. Okay. I hope you might have used VLOOKUP. How many of you have used VLOOKUP in Excel? I hope everybody has used VLOOKUP in Excel. Yes, no? Okay. So I think you guys know what is VLOOKUP. Okay. So in VLOOKUP, what we do is that we just based on the lookup value get the data. Now there is an option called merge query, which can help you if you don't know VLOOKUP formula. even somebody doesn't know VLOOKUP formula, okay, he can actually get the data based on this merge query option. This is very, very important option. Let me just come out of it and let me just show you in a let me just add some relevant data so that you can understand it better. Okay, let me just show you first. So this is merge sheet. Okay, merge sheet is a data that I have. Okay, okay, let me just remove this. Yeah. So see, there are two tables that are there. One is transactional and one is master data. Okay, so master data has the employee details and the salary, and transactional data is having the employee code, department, and zone visited. Now here in this data, if I want to have salary column also, so what I need to do, I need to do a VLOOKUP from this file to this sheet to this sheet so that I can get the data, right? But in merge query also you can do this activity without even knowing a VLOOKUP formula. Okay, how we are going to do it? Let us just see. Let me just create a new file. Okay, I am creating a new file. Okay, let it be in the same file. Let us go into get data. This time I am going to get data from Excel workbook. So in Excel workbook, I am going to get the data from merge sheet. Okay. So here I'll click on select multiple items. I'll select this master and I'll select this transactional data. These both the tables I am going to select and load. Can you see this? So if I click on master data, so this master data is there. Now see, here whenever we are going to upload some data, can you see this null values? These are blank columns that are there in our data. Okay, what I need to do, I need to remove these blanks. Before doing any kind of analytics, I need to remove these blanks. How to do that? The first part is you upload the data. Second part is you go into remove rows, and there's an option, direct option that is there, remove blank rows. So whatever blank rows that will be there in your data will be removed. So I just click on remove blank rows. So all the blank rows have been removed. Now there is one more problem. If you see in transactional data, I have employee code, department, zones, and I want a salary column. I want one more column that is called salary in this data. The source data will be this data. But the problem is here employee details are tagged like this, 1 dash Sumit, 2 dash Vihan, and so on. So in this case, if you know the VLOOKUP function, you cannot use VLOOKUP because the unique ID is missing. So unique ID should be employee code only, but here it is employee code plus some name. So first of all, I need to change this data into employee code and employee name. There should be two different columns. Instead of having a single column, there should be two different columns. So there should be two different columns for employee code and name. So how to do that? You might have done text to column option in Excel. Okay. How many of you know there is an option of text to column in Excel? Yes, no? Okay. So see what if even if you don't know it, forget about it. It's okay if you don't know it. Now my question, my issue is this dash. Okay. Based on this dash, I want to break this column between employee code and name. Okay. Can I do it with a single click? The answer is yes. Just click on the column that you want to break. And here, if you see, there's an option of split column. If you go into split column, there is an option of delimiter. That means based on certain criteria, I am going to break that column into two columns. So I'll just click on by delimiter. Here, I don't need to do anything. Everything has been done by Power Query Editor. It knows that my data has a hyphen or a dash based on which I want to break my columns. All I need to do, I need to just click on OK. Can you see this? In a single click, what I have done, I have just broken this column into two parts. Now I can just make it as employee code or employee ID. And second, this I am going to make it as name. Right? So now my employee ID here and my employee code here, they will be used as a unique ID for my VLOOKUP. I hope till now it is clear. Split column is clear. Yes, no. Can you guys confirm quickly? Split column clear. Now, my second point is I need in this transactional tab, I need a separate column that should have sales value based on this master data. Okay. How can I do it? It is very, very easy with the help of merge query option. Okay. Just a second. Yeah. Can you see this merge query option at the top? There's an option of merge query, right? Now, if I go into merge query, there are two options. One is merge queries and one is merge queries as new. Okay. So always go for merge queries as new. That means a new table will be created, which will have these transaction value and this salary value as well. Okay. Let me just show you how. So for example, I am in transaction table. I want a salary column here based on employee code. Okay. So I'll just go into merge queries as new. Here, see, my first table is transactional table. Okay. So I'm just trying to join the table based on a VLOOKUP. I'm going to get one special column that is called salary in this transactional table. So first table, it is already by default selected. I just click on this employee ID because based on employee ID, it is just like lookup. So if you do a VLOOKUP, then you have a unique ID. Based on unique ID, you have one more column created, which is called the lookup, VLOOKUP. Right? In this way also, I am going to have one table, right? And here, second table I am going to select. So second table in my case is master. So second table I have selected. Now, again, here also, I just want to click on this employee code. That's it. So the most important part in this entire thing is to select the columns. So first you select the tables. This is selection of table, transactional and master, and select the common ID. So what is common ID between the two? Employee code. Okay. So I'll just click on employee code. That's it. I'll press OK. Can you see this merge one has been created? Can you see this merge one? A new table has been created. Now my life becomes easier. Now I wanted to have employee code, department, zones, and salary. So instead of salary, right now it is coming master. So if you click on this arrow button, you can choose salary because I want salary column. Can you see this? It is exactly the same way we do VLOOKUP in normal Excel parallels. Instead of doing that, we can actually do a VLOOKUP with the help of merge queries. Is that clear? Yes, no. So instead of by hearting a lot of formulas, you can actually use this clickable options. And once this is done, if I want this data to be in Excel, I just go into close and load. So once you close and load, you will go back to your Excel sheet and the data will be available. Can you see this? So now data is available, which you can use based on your requirement. Is it clear? Merge queries is clear? Yes, no? Okay. So now let us see the most important option of Power Query, that is append. Okay, append. Let me just go into some of the data to show you how the append works. Now, if you can see this, I have two data set. One is 2022, another is 2021. Now, these are two separate tables. Now, these are two separate tables. Okay, so if you go into the year column, if you go into the year column, it will show you only 1 year. Even if you load, it will show you only 1 year. Can you see this? Because it has only 1 year's data. And same way in 2022 also, if I go into year column, load more. So here also, there is a 1 year. Now, what if I want to combine these two databases so that I can have one table which has both the years data combined one after another. This is what we do in manual copy paste. So if there are 2 years data, what we do, we just paste the first year data and we paste the second year data at the bottom of it. Okay, this is what we do manually. But is there any option to do it automatically without using any manual intervention? The answer is yes. That is what we call append query. So I just click on this 2021 and click on append query. So in just like in merge query, we had two options. Append query also we have two options. Append queries as new and append queries. So always remember we have to go for append queries as new so that a new table will be created which can be used. Okay. So I'll just click on append query as new. Here, if you can see, it is telling me first table, which is your first table. So my first table is 2021. Okay. Which is the second table that you want to add. So I'm just going to click on 2022. That's it. Okay. Because I only have two tables to combine, I can select the first table, select the second table. It is very, very easy, but you need to know where to use what. Okay. And click on OK. So see, my append one has been created. Now, ideally, it should have both the year data. Let us just check. Load more. Can you see this? With just a click, we could add two different tables, one after another. Now you need to follow some basic rules like you should have same columns, okay, same number of columns, same headings of the columns to append the data. Now, if this was for two tables, if I want to do it for more than two tables, there is another option. Okay. Here also, if you go into 2021, go into append queries as new. Here, see, there are 3 or more tables also. Just click on that. So see, as many tables as you want, you can just click on that and you can keep on adding the tables here. And once you are done with that, you just click on OK. So see, the tables are added. Okay. In this way, you can use all these Power Query different options. Okay. The most important options I tried to, in this entire session, I tried to give you whatever the most important options that are available in Power Query. So merge queries is one of the most important option. Append queries is one of the most important option. Then use first row as header, split columns, keep rows, remove rows, and the data, the various sources through which we can get our data. Okay, that also we have seen. I hope, in this 40-45 minutes, I have been able to actually convey you, some of the most important parts of Power Query.